This is Ishtar Star Command. This is your captain. No. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about aliens. In particular, I'm going to be talking about one of Australia's highest documented military personnel witness account UFO reported sighting. Okay, so this particular account of unexplainable aerial phenomenon takes place here in Nowra a long time ago, a very long time ago. So it was on a night back in August 31st, 1954, and it involved two witnesses. So one of them was the primary witness, that was Shamus O'Farrell, and the secondary witness was actually a radar operator by the name of Jessop. Okay, and he became the secondary witness through the radio transmission that Shamus gave, asking what the hell. What was he saying? Right, so there was actually two lights which were seen. Okay, and a lot of the media reports, because it was leaked to the media later that year, in December that year, it was leaked to the media, and I've got some of the old newspaper reports about it. And, you know, like, what is that? Right, so at the time, he was on a long flight, okay, and it stopped at numerous locations. I want to get it right, so I know that he stopped at Yass-Young-Temora, but I want to get the order of where he went right. I have no idea where it's gone. Anyways, I will leave it. I'll get back to it and try and find out. So what happened was, while he was flying, he noticed at 1 o'clock there was this light, and it was coming really, really fast. So the plane that he was actually flying was a Sea Fury, and it was capable of going 220 knots, which is very fast. So it was exceeding his speed, and it came up and in front of him, and it just sort of orbited there. Okay, and then a second light came and did the same thing, and it shot across the front of him, and he was like, wow, what the hell? So he decided to risk sounding crazy, and he called it in to Nowra, which we call Albatross, HMAS Albatross. So he called it in, and he spoke to the radar operator, Jessop, and he asked, was there any military aircraft in the vicinity at his height at that time? And he got the response, no, there wasn't. There was actually a citizen convoy not too far away, but it definitely was not what he was saying. Okay, so these lights actually just ended up vanishing. Okay, so they orbited there for a little while, and then they just vanished. So once he was radioing them in, you know, and they knew that they were detected. No, they just vanished. And he flew back into Nowra, and where everyone was waiting for him, and he was visibly shaken from the experience. So it was such a big deal that the Naval Intelligence Commander turned up at Nowra, and he took a statement, and he was very interested in what Shamus O'Farrell had actually witnessed, because it definitely was not military aircraft. Okay, and a lot of people at the time did actually put a lot of unidentified aerial phenomenon down to the military aircraft, experimental aircraft and things like that, and that's still the case now. But if the military can't tell what it is, then it's not theirs. Right, so that's why when the media got their hands on it in December, it kind of became a, you know, oh my God, is it secret weapons? Is it, you know, Russia? Is it China? Is it some other country? Like, you know, and it was ruled out that it was human. Okay, so naval intelligence ruled out that it was human origin. Now, the documents that actually go with this were confidential, They are not now. You can actually get them off the National Archives of Australia. See, you can't actually see them well enough on the screen for me to go through them, but you can read them yourself, and they're very, very interesting. So this one is from the commanding officer of the Air Station of Nowra, which is to do with the unidentified objects. Okay, so that's actually seeking advice. What do we do? Attached reports. There's so much here to go through. You really, really need to get on there and look yourself. Okay, so the route. The route was nowra-young-temora-yass back to Nowra. Okay, at a height of 13,000 feet. And here we go. Verification, no naval aircraft were in the vicinity. And yes, signed by the captain. Okay, now going back to talking about the media and, you know, where they went with it and all of that. Kind of interesting because the first news report was by the Melbourne Herald on Wednesday the 15th of December 1954 with a headline of Navy radar picks up 2 sources. Okay, this was revealed when the Minister for the Navy, Mr. Francis, visited the station today, a naval pilot flying a single-seater fighter from Canberra to Nowra. Okay, so there's some details wrong already in that. Yeah, there's already some details wrong. He didn't visit the station on that day because that's months after the incident. Okay, there's detail number 1. Detail number 2 is that he was flying to Canberra. Okay, and I just read his route. Okay. So, yeah, that's kind of interesting. Then we've got Sun Melbourne on Thursday, the 16th of December, 1954. Sources on our radar. Secret weapons? ? In Canberra last night, senior Air Force officers warned that flying saucers were likely to be reported in the next few weeks. They said that these would be guided aircraft and projectiles, but they refused to confirm or deny that experiments had been made on the coast. Okay. Then Herald Melbourne, Thursday, 16th of December, 1954. Those sources baffle Navy experts. Naval authorities admitted today they cannot find any human source for the flying saucers recorded on a radar screen at Nowra. At the time that the saucers were seen on the screen, a Sea Fury pilot reported flying saucers flashing past him. Authorities have confirmed the pilot was a man of experience. They said they had investigated every human source but could not logically explain the shapes. The second headline is Top Secret. Professor Messel of Sydney University said flying saucers seem to be a top secret military experiment. No one is stupid enough to believe they come from outer space, but they could be a military development. Usually. But no. Not this time. Okay. And yeah, there are a lot. There's actually lots of them. So the last one that I'm going to read is from a Melbourne newspaper, The Argus, on Friday the 17th of December 1944. Radar report confirmed. Minister says that sources were real. Mr. Francis, the Navy Minister, tonight confirmed the sensational flying saucers report by Naval Australian Navy pilot in the Argus yesterday. Mr. Francis said it is a fact that on a night cross-country flight from Nowra, a pilot in a Sea Fury observed 2 lights on his radar with vague shapes underneath. He mainly spoke about the lights, not really the shapes, but they talk about the shapes in the media. So the lights passed ahead of him at a very fast speed as he flew at 220 knots, which is just under 250 miles per hour. The pilot made contact with Nowra and advised them. It was later ascertained that the only other aircraft in the vicinity was a TAA Convair, and it was not close enough for him to be able to see. This was passed by Naval Intelligence to RAF Intelligence, says Mr. Francis. The pilot is believed to be Lieutenant O'Farrell, formerly from Sydney, now stationed at Nowra. Experienced Navy airmen at Nowra discount the possibility that the shapes were unidentified aircraft. Okay, it's actually, there's so much information about this that you can get online. So you're going to have to like look it up yourself. I was tempted to actually go to Albatross, which is there, just there, and like get a photo of what it looks like now, but I decided not to, because it's against the law, and I love my country, so I don't want to do that. So there it is. Shamus O'Farrell's witness account, and he was a credible witness. The documents are verified by Naval Intelligence that he is a credible witness and he was an outstanding airman. Yeah. There you go. All right. Peace.